everyone, my name is Queen of Penguins and welcome back to the channel. So if you haven't seen any of my community posts or have never gone to any of my other channels I link in the description, this might be your first time seeing my face. And if so, hi! I don't know what to say. I'm really bad at this actually. Cut! So I hit 1,000 subs a while back, but with work and other videos I wanted to make at the time, I never got around to making a video about it. To all 1,300 of you guys who subscribed, thank you guys so much. I never thought I was gonna make it this far, but you guys' love and support seriously means the world to me, and I love interacting with you guys and seeing you guys' comments on my videos. To celebrate 1,000 subs, I've decided to do a Q&A video because you guys barely really know that much about me personally, besides what characters and what shows I like and what shows scared the living daylights out of me. I'm still embarrassed about all of that. So I made a community post asking you guys for your questions, and you guys certainly delivered. So let's stop stalling, let's just get straight into the questions. Hamsterlong asks, favorite candy and or Yu-Gi-Oh card? I'm gonna answer both. As of right now, my favorite candy is Twix. I love Twix. I like the crunchy center, I love the caramel, the chocolate, it just all goes so well together. And if you're asking my opinion on the left-right debate, neither. They're both good. They're both the same. It doesn't matter. It's just a marketing strategy. And as for my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh card, it has to be this one, Trickstar Lycoris. The reason I love it so much, I just love the Trickstar archetype as a whole, but I think I like Lycoris the best just because its effect basically makes it so anytime your opponent draws a card, they take 200. Combine that with Dark Room of Nightmare and Trickstar Light Stage, they're taking 1,000 points of damage per card. That's what I call burn baby burn, and I just love making people take 200 and burn to their death. I'm not crazy, I swear. Now, I can't find the comment for this on YouTube anymore, so there's not going to be a comment up in the corner, but I did write it down. German Sife asks, what's your favorite show of all time and what's your favorite city? So I'm going to start with favorite show. My favorite show tends to change on whatever I'm hyperfixating on. Currently, I'm hyperfixating on like old SMG4. I'm talking like 2014 to like early 2022, honestly, but that's not my favorite show of all time. My favorite franchise that I always go back to is Yu-Gi-Oh! And I love all the Yu-Gi-Oh! Shows. They have such colorful characters, engaging plots, interesting worlds to explore, but my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh! Has to be Yu-Gi-Oh! Zexal. Yu-Gi-Oh! Zexal is just like the Yu-Gi-Oh! Show I feel like that has like the best characters, the best cast, one of the best plots. Yuma is my favorite protagonist of all time. He's such a great character. Seeing him grow as the show progressed and seeing his kind-hearted personality always brings a tear to my eye. Astral's a great partner, and I feel like Yuma and Astral do the partner trope better than Yugi and Atem, because Astral actually gives advice to Yuma rather than just take over the duel, and the bond they share grows throughout the series. Shark and Kaido are amazing rivals. The Arclight family is such a fun family to explore, and each character in it is like unique and just amazing. The Barians are great villains. Like, the story, yes, it starts out a little bit slow, but I didn't mind the slow parts, and the show just gets better and better as you keep watching. I definitely recommend if you watch Zexal to watch it subbed. I know it's hard to find sub, but even the dub is not that bad. I do not mind Yuma's dub voice, believe it or not. Actually, the only problem I have with the show is the Numbers Club. I really don't like the Numbers Club, and Kotori as a main female lead is my least favorite of all the main female leads, but ignoring all of those, I love Zexal. It's near and dear to my heart, and it is my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh! Show. Now, as for my favorite cities, I've visited a lot of places, but I've realized that the places I visit, I like more for specific things that I can do in the city rather than like the actual city itself. So choosing is honestly pretty hard, but if I have to choose one place, I have to say Leavenworth, Washington. I always went to camp in Leavenworth growing up, and I get to visit the city itself in the summer. The city is so beautiful and full of history. It's super cool. It's in the rural range, so you get to see like mountains and clean air, and when it's nighttime, the stars are so plentiful and it's so beautiful. And I went to a camp in Leavenworth every summer, and it was always the highlight of my summer. I always enjoyed going. The only problem I have with it in the summer is it's so hot, I feel like I'm gonna die. But like the mountain range, like all the beautiful scenery, the time just disconnecting from technology during the camp I went to, it was so much fun. And even Leavenworth in the winter is super cool, because in the winter it's like snowy and they put up Christmas lights everywhere. It's such a beautiful place. If you're ever in Washington, specifically Eastern Washington, I would recommend visiting Leavenworth for like a week. Joe the Inferno asks, were you one of those YouTube kids who grew up watching TF2 Source Maker videos too? If so, name your favorite video or creator. I was not one of those kids who grew up on that. I didn't even know TF stand for Team Fortress until I looked it up before making this video. So sorry, I really can't answer this question, but the closest thing I can say to TF2 is SMG4. I grew up watching SMG4 and they do have some TF2 characters and TF2 elements in the show, so that's the closest thing I can say I've come to watching that stuff. The stuff I grew up watching were like Mario plush videos and Let's Plays and stuff like that. So I don't know anything about TF2. I'm very sorry. Now, Gandalf the Sangan, I'm very sorry if I mispronounced your name. I'm so sorry. Asked me a couple questions, and 2 of their questions have something to do with stuff I've never seen. That being Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous / Chaos Theory and Arcane. I haven't watched either. I'm so sorry. Heck, I haven't even watched Jurassic Park. I don't watch a lot outside of my little nerdy bubble. And I try to expand it, but I'm the type of person that's more comfortable just watching the same thing over and over again, trying to find something new out of it, rather than just, like, actually watch something new. But I can answer your other questions. Am I into horror? The answer is no. I do not like horror. It's my least favorite genre. I don't like being, like, scared. I don't like blood. I don't like gore. I don't like jump scares. I don't like tense atmospheres. I sort of answered this question when I reviewed The Amazing Digital Circus Episode 3. I'm a lot like Pomni when it comes to horror. The closest things to horror I have watched are Murder Drones, Episode 3 of Amazing Digital Circus, and the Gremlins movies. Honestly, the horror is just the Gremlins, but the movie is really a comedy, so that one's easier to get by. But yeah, I'm not a horror person. Now, the second question I'm answering is, what's your favorite animal and why? I think it's kind of easy to tell based on my channel name, but it's penguins. I've loved penguins ever since I was a kid. It started when I went to Illinois with my family. We were at a gift shop and I saw this little stinker right here. She was super cute and I really wanted her, so I got her and I named her Kenya after my preschool best friend I hadn't seen since preschool. And ever since then, penguins just kind of grew on me. I have multiple penguin toys, penguin pillow pets, if anyone remembers what pillow pets are. I have like penguin pajamas, penguin shirts, penguin socks, penguins. I love penguins. They're so cute, they're so cool. They're very unique because they're birds that don't fly, they swim instead. It's just, they're amazing and they're adorable and I love them. No Names asks, what is a show you want to discuss in a future video? There's a lot of shows I want to talk about that I haven't talked about yet. But if I'm gonna pick one that I haven't talked a lick about at all, it's Hazbin Hotel. And before you guys say anything, do not talk about the leaks in the comment section below. I do not want any spoilers for season 2. And if anyone comments a leak, I will come to your house and passive aggressively sit on your couch. Are we cool? Okay. But back to Hazbin Hotel. I kind of discovered the series because I kept seeing YouTube shorts about it, and I watched the series on Amazon and I really like it. I think the only problem I have with it is that I feel like it's a bit too short and could flesh out some of the characters a bit more. But that being said, it's a fun show. I love the musical numbers as a former theater kid. Just hearing the musical numbers, it's just amazing, and they convey so much emotion. The cast is amazing, the story's amazing. I like the show, and I'm probably gonna do a video on it. Heck, once season 2 comes out, I'm probably gonna make review videos about that. So look forward to those in the future. Matt the Hero asked me a couple questions. His first 2 are kind of silly, but I think they're fun, so I'm gonna answer them. He first asked, cold water or room temperature water? That one depends on my mood. If I've been exercising or dancing, or I've just been it's really hot out, cold water just hits so much better. However, when I'm sick, which I've had to deal with for the past few weeks, or I'm singing or talking for a while, room temperature water not only is better and doesn't get that cold spike in your throat, but it's actually better for your throat because when you've been talking or singing for a while, cold water can actually shrink your throat. I learned that from a musical theater teacher. So yeah, I think both have their benefits and both are good. His other question revolves around milk before cereal or cereal before milk. Guys, I'm not a psychopath. Cereal before the milk all the way. And if you put milk in before the cereal, I actually think there's something wrong with your brain. Moving on. Now his final question is, what keeps you motivated to keep doing YouTube and what's your inspiration for doing content? So, what keeps me motivated is honestly just I love giving out my opinions and talking about things I'm really passionate about, which is why I don't just talk about one show on this channel. I talk about so many because I'm interested in so many things. And I just love talking to you guys about it. Like seeing you guys' comments, seeing how you guys react to my opinions, because my opinions aren't like everyone else's. Yeah, I'm not like other girls. No, I'm not like that. But in all seriousness, I feel like I have a lot of different opinions from a lot of people I know. So it's fun to like just get another one out there. And just seeing the final product, I love it when a video comes together, when all the music is there, all the video footage, the audio, just seeing it all come together. That is what keeps me motivated. And for your other question, I've gotten inspired by a lot of people who do similar content, people who do like video essays or reviews or just talk about the things they love. One of my biggest inspirations is Dylan from Yugioh Everything. As the channel name suggests, it's everything related to Yu-Gi-Oh in the anime. But like he was like definitely my biggest inspiration for content creation in general. And other people like a Critical Retrospective or Smarty Pants, like people who make videos like that, just talking about like shows they like, opinions they have, like that's what made me want to do it, because I have a lot of things I would love to talk about, and like doing all of that and posting it on YouTube, I love video making, I love talking about nerdy things, put it together, and this is what we've got. So those are my biggest inspirations. I'm sorry if I just word vomited, but whatever, that's what you're here to see anyway. Rayru, hi Rachel, asks me, what's your favorite Ninjago characters? And I think I have two that are competing for the top spot, that being Kai and Nia, who ironically enough are siblings. I'll start with Nia. Growing up, I would always hyperfixate on the girl characters in shows I watch, but I feel like Nia is actually one of the most fleshed out characters in the entire franchise. Like, her story from beginning to end really, like, it makes sense. From just being Kai's little sister to going to Samurai X to being the water ninja to being like a water spirit and sacrificing herself. Like, her whole story is just amazing. She's a really cool and unique character. And as long as we ignore Crystallized, because Crystallized Nia is like pathetic, like Nia is honestly such a well-rounded and amazing character. She has flaws, but she works to overcome them, and that's just really cool. As for Kai, I feel like Kai was always my favorite in the first 7 seasons. I always liked, sure, he's a hothead and he's a little self-centered, but he had that main character energy, and like, he was always there for his friends. He always just wanted to protect his friends and his family, and that's what I really liked about him. From season 8 to Crystallized though, I feel like they just butchered his character. He just became like the comic relief, always blaming Jay for everything and dissing him, and that just wasn't the Kai I grew to fall in love with as a character. Now, I know Rachel hasn't watched Dragon's Rising, so I'm not gonna spoil anything, but Dragon's Rising Kai is like getting back to like peak Kai. Like, he's just an amazing character in Dragon's Rising, and Rachel, we need to watch it together. I've already watched the first 2 seasons, you need to catch up, so yeah. Also, in regards to your last question about $20, I can give you a Yu-Gi-Oh card. I'm sure one of them is worth at least $20. In all actuality, I'm broke. I spend all my money on enamel pins and keychains and food. I don't have anything to spare, I'm sorry. Garrisord asks, what are your thoughts on cheesecake? Now, I didn't used to be like a cheesecake person. I never really ate it growing up, but you see, my mom loves cheesecake. We'd get it for her birthday every year, and one year we got it for her birthday, so I was like, okay, let's try some cheesecake, and it wasn't actually half bad. So yeah, I'm not like a cheesecake enthusiast, like, oh my gosh, this is the best thing ever, but cheesecake ain't half bad. Especially, like, I like going to the Cheesecake Factory. My favorite cheesecake is probably strawberry cheesecake. Though I will say, Cheesecake Factory makes pretty good milkshakes. I know it's not something you'd think of when you think Cheesecake Factory, but just get an Oreo milkshake from Cheesecake Factory and get back to me. I know it's a bit expensive, but it's worth it. Red Mask asks, favorite movie? Now, I'm not really a movie person, unfortunately. Like, I mean, I watch Disney movies and anime movies and stuff like that, but like, I'm not really into like movie franchises and stuff like that. So picking a favorite movie is hard, but if I had to pick one, it's probably the second My Hero movie, Heroes Rising. Oh my gosh, you picked an anime movie, cringe! I'm sorry, it's a really good movie. It's like the best of all of them. Like, it showcases like Deku and Bakugo's growth as characters, has an engaging plot. Just the villain's kind of lame, honestly. He's just basically all for one, but with less quirks, but still, it sets up for great drama. The 2 kids are enjoyable characters and have some great moments, and it's just an overall fun movie. I watched it on a flight to Florida and had a great time. Red Mask also asked, if you could have any animal as a pet, what would it be? Now, if we're talking real animals, I would love to have a pet penguin. I know I can't actually like have a penguin as a pet, but they're so cute. I'd love to have like, a little penguin and teach it to tap dance. As for, like, if I could have fictional animals, I will take an Espeon and a Sprigatito, and I love my children equally, so we're gonna have both. Plus, they're like both like little kitties with superpowers. What more do you want? Sawyer186 asked me a lot of questions, but they're all really short, so we're gonna do a lightning round. How tall are you? I'm 5'6". Favorite cartoons that are not anime? Probably Code Lyoko, Miraculous, Ladybug, and Ninjago. Pizza Hut or Domino's? Domino's all the way, baby! Favorite chips? As of right now, nacho cheese Doritos. Bone-in or boneless chicken wings? Boneless. I hate having to eat around the bone. Just give me boneless wings so I can just... And finally, burgers or pizza? Really depends on my mood, but usually I'd say I'd take a burger over a pizza. I'm a meat eater. And also, like, I worked at a pizza place for like 3 years, so I'm a little desensitized to pizza. But I think both are good. Our final question of the day comes from Cake Sakura, who asked, what is your #1 favorite show / series / movie? And I'd be blasphemy if I didn't say Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, the whole franchise means a lot to me. I started watching it from a very young age, learned how to play the card game when I was really young, and honestly, this might sound very stupid to you guys, but I would not be creating content on the internet if it weren't for Yu-Gi-Oh! Because like I told you guys before, Yugioh Everything is one of my biggest inspirations, and if it weren't for Dylan from that channel and me being like really good friends with him, I wouldn't have gotten to streaming, and I wouldn't have gotten the motivation to make a channel based on my own interests with Yu-Gi-Oh videos, as well as other videos, because Yu-Gi-Oh is not the only thing I'm obsessed with, but I have to say Yu-Gi-Oh is like my favorite series franchise, and yeah, I wouldn't be where I am if it weren't for that dumb iconic children's card game that's trying to save the world 24/7, 365. So thank you, Dylan, and thank you, Yu-Gi-Oh! And those are all of the questions that I am answering for this video. I'm sorry if any of your questions didn't get in, but don't worry, I'll probably do more of these in the future. This was a really fun video to film. Thank you once again for 1,300 subscribers. My gosh, there are so many of you guys watching these videos. I appreciate it, and I'm gonna try to work harder to make more videos come out soon. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is Queen of Penguins saying peace out, and happy Thanksgiving. I'm filming this a week before Thanksgiving, so I don't know if I'll get another video up before then, but I'm thankful for you guys. You guys are what I'm thankful for this year. Bye, love you!